So overall, Cinegears makes 5 controllers in total. You've got the first one here, which is our multi-axis wireless controller. Then you've got the single-axis Express Plus controller, and then the regular single-axis controller, and then our 2 mini controllers here, the finger wheel and the rocker. We get asked a lot about the differences between our single-axis Express controller and our Express Plus controller. The only one being that between the two, the Express Plus has 2 built-in physical hard stops on the focus knob itself. Also, the focus rings for each model vary, the Express Plus model being slightly thicker. Cinegears also makes a sibling to the finger wheel controller in the form of the rocker. So all the functionalities are exactly the same, the function menu is the same in both. You can see they effectively have the same design, same buttons. The only difference here being is the style in which you will pull focus. So the finger wheel has obviously got the wheel button at the bottom here, and then the rocker has this switch just here, which allows you to move your motor a little faster by pushing harder down on your switch there. We also make 4 types of motors. We have 2 for the single axis. We have a standard wireless motor and a high torque motor. And then also for the multi-axis, we have the standard and the high torque. The high torque is literally double the torque of the standard. This provides faster response times and a stronger, more determined movement within the motor for your lens. We have these extremely durable, well-built metal gears that come in a 38mm variety or a 45mm variety, or even our thicker, more heavy-duty metal gear just here, which is a 45mm in diameter and a 0.8. Cinegears also provides 4 different types of mounting brackets. You've got our extended brackets, which are these ones here, and our regular ones just there. They come in 19mm and 15mm for any kind of rods you might be using on your equipment. So there are 2 ways to mount it. If you're wanting a high mounting solution, you just want to put it just on here, just so it's on the bottom, and you screw it in tight so it stays in. And then you've got a low mounting solution where you flip it around the other way, and slide it on, and again the same thing, just twist it in to screw it. Cinegears also provides these recording triggers for your single axis follow focus systems, and we have a Sony Canon recording trigger, then a Red Epic recording trigger, and then our ARRI recording trigger just there, which can be modified to be used for the F45 Sony system as well. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly run through with you how to set up a single axis follow focus system. I'm going to be using the Express Plus controller for the single axis and a standard wireless motor. So like I mentioned before, using the mounting brackets is extraordinarily simple. You just slide your motor straight onto it, make sure it's lined up, and then you're just wanting to tighten the screw at the back here. Not very much room in between the lens and your hands. You can just pull this little screw out here and then twist it from there, and you get much more. So to get your motor powered up, you're going to plug in the 2-pin LEMO into the DC input just here. And as soon as you've done that, you'll see the little light just here flash blue and it's ready to go to be paired with your controller. Now pairing it with your controller is, you're going to turn your controller on first, and then you're going to hold down the code button just here until it turns green. So you hold down set and code, and then you're good to go. So the first function is just holding down set and A, and that will automatically calibrate your lens. For manual lens mapping, you're going to hold down set and record. All 4 buttons are going to light up. And then to choose your first point, we're going to hold down C just here. And it's going to run through. And we're going to stop it, say, at this point here. To set that, we're going to press A once. And that's good to go. Then we're going to choose our second point by holding down D. And we're going to go back to, let's say, here. And if you overshoot it, you can just tap the C button and move backwards. Then we're going to just press B, and we're set. So now, if I rotate my controller, you'll see that we won't go beyond those 2 points throughout the entire range. Okay, and now we can I can show you how to set up the presets on your controller. So you can see you have 4 buttons on here, A, B, C, and D. And I'm going to set up each one individually. So let's just make this our starting point. I'm going to hold down A. All the lights will flash. That means it's been set. I'm going to move the focus on a little longer. Set up point B. Hold down the B button. And again to C. And then I'm going to put my final point just here at D. So I just have to pick my A point and it'll go back to my A point. And if I want to jump to my D point, I press the D button and it'll scroll straight back to that one. And the same with B and C. Then if I want to cancel any of those options at any point, I just press the C button again. So as you can see, it'll move extremely fast at the highest speed. You can move it down a little bit, or if you want to go particularly slowly, there you go. We have a speed versus smoothness priority mode. The way that you're going to access that is through pressing code and record, and then one of the 4 buttons. So the A is your fastest, and the D is your smoothest, and B and C are just in between those two. So I'm going to hold down all 3 at the same time, and you'll get a flash. You can see we're now in speed mode. This is the fast mode, and I'm going to hold down code, record, and D. And the flash will indicate that we've selected our smoothness priority mode. So you can see. So one function is that you're able to change the direction in which the motor is spinning. The easiest way to do that is by pressing the code button on the side of the motor. You can now see it's turning the opposite direction to the way that I'm spinning the wheel here. And again, press it one more time. And now we're back to turning the same way as before. You also have a record button built into your controller, so once you have your trigger cable plugged into your motor and your camera, all you have to do is press the button on the side here and you'll start recording. Press it again, and it'll stop recording. If you need to calibrate your controller at any point on set, just move your focus knob to your starting point first, whatever the starting point you choose. Hold down set, code, and record for 3 seconds, the lights will flash. Then move it down to the other point and hold down the buttons again, and you're redefined, recalibrated, and ready to go.